buddy. These days I just talk over the intro. Yeah, we've seen this intro a million times. I'm kind of thinking that I need to redo my intro because it's too damn long. I get ready beforehand and then I hit start and then I end up waiting for like 5 minutes. That's not true. It's only like 2 minutes long. And it's a really good intro and I really like it. Oh, hey, Job for a Cody. How you doing? Thank you very much. I've worked hard on it over the last year, and it's finally coming together. I feel like like I said, I need to kind of redo the intro a little bit because it's just really long. It's like 2 minutes long, and then like I'm ready to go. I'm like, oh, that's really loud. My headphones are super loud. Job for a Cody. Thank you so much for the follow. I don't have Ableton up usually when somebody follows me. Yeah, the intro is great. It's actually like twice as long as that. I just get sick of waiting for it to finish. I'm getting Ableton up. Usually when somebody follows, I tinker on the piano for a little bit for them. I play a little improv, but I guess I wasn't as ready as I thought I was. So we got the title card done. And so that title card just goes to YouTube. And yeah. So when I do post this to YouTube, I have something to go on there, and then I have that to, oh my God, my computer's running slow today. So I actually have a lot of weird stuff that I need to do today. But first, Job for a Cody. Let's get this popping off the right way. There we go. Wow, I cannot play piano today. I don't sing, though. But thank you so much for the follow, Job for a Cody. I'm just going to call you Cody, though. Thanks, Cody. So the first thing that I need to do today is I recently interviewed Charlie McCarran from Composer Quest, and one of the reasons why I was a little bit late to starting today is because I was listening to that. Brodad from Twitter, we did an interview about your game. Oh yeah. Sorry, there's a lot of. That was a while ago, but I'm still working on it. Of course. Also, hey, Amy. Listen, Amy, I streamed on Friday. You can't give me too much shit about that. But yeah, excuse me. I'm still working on Color Jumper. It's going a little slow, but I have like this huge backlog of other projects that I need to finish first before I can really like dig into it. So let me get a song going here just so there's some background music. Nice. Okay, so there's this and this. I'm going to turn that down a little bit more. Just so it's in the background. So I have... We're already sitting here.
Yeah.
So why not just talk to you about your fantastic show, Composer Quest? Okay, so I have this. So usually what I do with these interviews is I pan my voice a little bit to the left or to the right, and the interviewee's voice a little bit to the left, so it's a little bit easier to distinguish who's who. And I turned on the music. Rage Tip is now following. Thank you so much for the follow, man. I guess, as is tradition, we can play a little piano stuff. Let's try minor key this time. Thank you so much for the follow rage tip. I appreciate that. So that was a nice one. So the first thing I do is I separate the left and right channel a little bit, so it's a little easier. We're already sitting here.
Yeah.
So
why not? So
let's start
with that. We're gonna like have this magic snap of our fingers, and then.
Yeah, or I started the episode like 4 minutes ago. Who knows?
Who knows?
So yeah, I have that, and now really all I have to do is process the audio. I actually have a preset for that for my voice, and I think it'll work pretty well with Charlie's as well, just to bring up the levels a little bit more. So this might be a little bit louder.
We're already sitting here.
Yeah, so that's actually really way too loud. Because I was using Charlie's microphones, not mine, so I'm gonna.
We're already sitting here.
Yeah.
So
why not
just talk to you about your fantastic show? We're already sitting here.
Yeah.
So why not just talk to you about your fantastic show, Composer Quest?
Okay, so that's mine. Let's do his.
Let's start
with that. We're gonna like have this magic snap of our fingers. So yeah, I'm Charlie McCarran, host of Composer Quest, and I've been doing the podcast for 4 years now, and this is the final year. I've been on this tour around the world thanks to Kickstarter backers.
Yeah, that sounds good. Charlie's voice is a little bit quieter than mine, I think.
Yeah, I'm usually on the other end.
Where you just say like one sentence and then somebody goes off for 5.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. That's really all I needed to do with that. Pretty simple, but the first thing I'm going to do today is set up the video for the Composer Quest interview. I think that should go pretty quickly, and then I can get on to doing some other things. So, also, happy Saturday, everybody. I hope everybody had a good holiday weekend. I know talking about Thanksgiving is a little contentious right now with all the unrest going on, but I hope everybody had a good holiday weekend. So, yeah, that's all I had to say there. I can't play piano when I'm rendering audio, so I guess I could play over here. Probably muffled. But yeah, so I recently created a Gleam thing, a Gleam giveaway for a lot of my old music. So I'm going to put that in the Gleam giveaway. It contains probably like 10 hours of music split up between a bunch of prizes, 4 prizes. So I don't know if anybody's in chat, but I'm going to try posting that a lot. The giveaway goes around for a month. Yeah, I'm thinking that when I get Color Jumper finished, I'm going to do the same thing for a lot of keys, because I think that it's really cool, and I don't know, I like it when people like engage with me and actually tell me like when something's good or bad. It helps me figure out what works well and what doesn't. So hopefully that will be a thing that happens. There we go. And then I can take this and we can start making our thing. Oops, that's the original audio. Secret project. I've been working on a chiptune song, and this is something that I'm going to be working on too. Right now, this is all I have. Which is pretty cool. I like it. This is loud. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Anyway, so that's probably something I'm going to work on later, because I really, really need to finish these. But for the time being, I know that I need to finish this creative exploration video. So take care, Cody. Drive safe. Media, video production, creative exploration, interview with Charlie. Charlie McCarran. Let's just go folder raw audio, because why get rid of something when you don't have to? Boop. Put those in there. And the original interview was here. And that's pretty much all I need to do there. So I can delete these and we're all good. I don't need to save it. There's nothing there. All right. So I'm trying to think of if there's anything I need to do. Let me actually look at my other creative exploration interviews, because it's entirely possible I have to create an intro as well. And that's something that I'll probably do offline. So what I can do in this case is just get everything set up. So we go through my videos. Oh man, I haven't done an interview in a while, have I? Anybody else want to get interviewed for creative exploration? Where was it? There it is. Hey, I'm live on Twitch right now.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, so I do have an intro of sorts that's like about a minute long, where I probably just talk about Charlie and where he's from. So I won't do that live on stream just because I don't know the easiest way to record that. So I'll do that afterwards. But just putting everything together is fairly simple. So oh my God, so many ads. I really need to invest in Premiere. Okay, so interview, get that audio in there. I have a long shot of trees. Put that in there. And then assets. Where's Ben's icon? And then I need Charlie's icon, which I think I'm just going to grab off Twitter. Oops. No, I want to go to his site. There we go. Perfect. What a handsome devil. God, I'm closing all the windows. Or where did I copy all those files, Ben? Did I copy them in assets? No. Oh, wait, no, I was copying them over into the thing. Okay. Dude. I'm losing my mind. There we go. Get Charlie's big old mug in there. And then, yeah, so we have the intro, which I can import from a composite shot that I keep around. And I'm thinking about changing this around a little bit too, but we'll see. Yeah. So with this, we can scoop it up. Oh, I should bring the music back, shouldn't I? Need something more upbeat. There we go. Yeah. That should be good. Bring it up a little bit more. Hi, everyone. Hey, Dark. How you doing, man? So, creative exploration, except I'm not with Shaka Panda this time. I am with Charlie Oops. And I just want to make sure that I am spelling his name correctly, because I would feel like a jackass. Okay. R-R-O-N. For some reason, I'm really tempted. R-R-O-N. Okay. For R-R-E-N for some reason, and I know that's not right. So, how's your Sunday going, Dark? Let me make that a small c so it's a little bit easier to parse. And we'll keep on going. Oh yeah, we need to change the background video. Because I have this sweet video that I made. It's very, very long, but It's me smashing stuff into ice. Or into a water puddle. And the cool part is that it's all slow-mo. I just gotta find the right... Yeah! Yeah, I'm really bummed that I missed Gamers Rhapsody. I just had so much going on last weekend. My wife does art shows. She's actually doing one right now, but I needed to work on this stuff. So I told her she was on her own today, which kind of bums me out because I really like helping her out, but I also really need to keep working on this stuff. So it's kind of a trade-off. So with this, I can drop an effect on here, I think, for speed. And can I go negative? Oh, I can go negative. Okay, good. So I want negative 0.25, I think. I don't know why I'm not getting video now. I don't know, maybe it doesn't allow negatives. 0.25. Okay, let's try something else then. I'm going to Movie Maker. This is what I really don't like about HitFilm. It sometimes is not very good at handling effects in this way, or maybe I'm just doing it wrong. That's entirely possible too. Either way, I can just... yeah, that's exactly what I wanted, I think. No, this is what I want. There we go. So I can cut this right here. Oh, I can't remember any of the commands for this one now. Project, animations, visual effects, home. I really do not like using this software. Edit. There we go. That's what I wanted. Split. And split. Delete that. Delete that. This. Again, I don't think I can reverse it, which is really what I want to do. Yeah. But I can at least slow it down. So now it's like this. And that's a start. And that's 15 seconds long. That's more than enough time. So I am going to publish or save movie, high definition, splash, slow, desktop, save. And then I can run with this. Oh, encoding overloaded. Yeah, it's because I'm rendering a bunch of stuff. Yeah, close. I'll leave it open in case I need to make edits, but I think I'll be okay. Come on, open up. Okay, interview. Put this in here. Now put it in here. Now it's way too big. Okay, effects. Time reverse. I can do it. Oh my god. It's gonna be choppy as hell. Yeah. It's cool looking at things backwards in slow motion. Come on. There we go. Except it didn't take the parts that I wanted. I really need to invest in Premiere. Nice. Because I can't... Oh, I can crop it. Maybe I just need to crop it then. Nope. God, this software sucks. Let's see what happens if I export it. Content area. Why is the frame rate 119? This should be 30, I think. Whatever. Well, maybe video editing is not on my docket for today. I figured this would be a really easy thing to do, and this is turning into a big pain in the ass. So, unless I have to edit this more. Yeah, that's going to take friggin' forever. So let's just, yeah, and I like Premiere too. I just can't afford it right now anyway. So I'm just going to split it here, delete that garbage, file, publish movie or save movie, high definition. Splash slow. Yeah, and it's something that I've been meaning to get for a while, and I have enough Patreon money saved up. Oh my God, stop beeping at me. I have enough Patreon money saved up to where I can get it. I just need to go through the paperwork, I guess, to invest in it. Yeah, okay. Let's try this again. Splash slow. Get in there. Effects, time reverse, get in there. Now, yeah, and see, I wish I had a school. Yeah, okay, that's pretty much perfect. Bring these out. There. Well, now this is all effed up. No, it's not. This is just really long. Okay. Yeah, I completely agree. It's just using it for school would be really nice. And you get that student discount, which is also really nice. So I have this really, really long... So the intro is going to be right here. And that's just going to be something I record afterwards. So unlink that, get rid of the audio. And really unlink this and get rid of the audio too, because I don't want that clunky sound. Because I'm going to be putting some other music in there. I have my face, I have Charlie's face, I have the interview audio, and that's really it. Like, I'm not going to render it right now, but... Oh, I need a song for the intro as well. Servopotamus. What was the most recent song I made? Oh, my shoulder really hurts. Okay. Make it snappy, right. So that should be good for the whole thing. Okay, and we're gonna have to do a little bit of transitions here for the trees, but that's okay. Right now, I'm just getting kind of the base set up so I can mess with it more offline, because apparently my computer is not enjoying processing all this at the same time, which, isn't super surprising. So with these, I have these off to the sides like this. And the other nice thing about having something like Premiere is you're able to do a lot more automatic stuff, where like you'd have like a little glow when an audio thing happens or something like that. You can like tie certain cues to other cues, and I think that's very, very important for being able to do stuff like this. I'm sorry I'm looking off over to the side here, but I need to find the right thing. Yeah. Okay, bring this out here. Bring this out here. Yeah. Okay, well that's a start anyway, and then I can fix it up a little bit more offline. So creative exploration 30. Interview with Charlie. Yeah. So I don't want to waste too much time on that one, just because my computer is not enjoying processing all that while streaming. So we'll toss that off to the side for now. So the next thing I want to do is I want to work on a little bit of Color Jumper. And I can't remember if I'd made any changes on my laptop, so I'm going to have to go through Source Tree real quick and update my Git repository. Which is super exciting. At some point, I need to start working on the soundtrack for this as well. Remind me tomorrow. Yeah, so I didn't really... Yeah, gotta make more levels. Good notes there, Ben. So what can I get rid of here? I don't need that anymore. That's okay, that's okay. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Nope. Okay, I am going to post something on Twitter real quick. It's been going pretty slow, Dark, but that's just because I've been doing other stuff. Moving on to game dev with some level design. Come hang out. Some Color Jumper level design. It's been going well. Like I've definitely made progress, but I haven't made as much progress as I'd like. And now that I'm not working on music, I don't have to wear these headphones. How have your projects been going? I know you were working on like 2, weren't you? You had like 2 things going at the same time. Hey, Inked, how you doing? Working on some game dev now. And, yeah. See, the nice thing about posting that you're doing game dev on Twitter is because all those, like the 30 game dev bots that sit on Twitter retweet you. So sometimes you get some people coming in that way. I can give you a quick, no, lower the volume on this. I'll give you a quick rundown of how the game looks right now. Oops, maximize on play should be going. Boop. And honestly, I should probably play through all these levels. There's definitely more levels now. I am doing all right. I'm actually not very good at this game anymore because I don't play it like every day while I'm testing it. Yeah, I moved to the controller real quick. Get a controller. Oh, that helps. I like that little hack. So a lot of these levels are the same. They're the ones you're familiar with, but I have doubled the amount of levels in this game over the past couple weeks, which is good because yeah, I'm just going to go the easy way, which is good because I want to have over 100 levels, and right now I have probably 40. So there's a long way to go in that case. But the way things are... Oh, yeah, see? So this level exists to teach you about multiple jump heights, which is very useful. And then there's more of the same. I still get thrown when I see when I encounter a new level. Yeah, multiple jump heights. This is kind of like the litmus test for that. There we go. But yeah, I still get thrown when I see the new levels because I'm so used to going in a certain pattern for all these levels, and then I get thrown off. But it's going well overall. I'm really happy with how far the game has come, and there we go. Four projects. I will fully read your comment in just a moment. My browser is sitting on top of your work-related projects. Yeah, I hear you. I'm glad things are going well, though. Oops, too many turns. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. I have a bunch of music projects that I need to finish, and beyond that, it's just personal projects that I want to finish. Okay, this is another one of the new levels. I got to remember how to do this now. And I like this because it kind of helps me remember how to actually beat some of these levels. Right at the end. Okay, so it needs to be like this. Bam, bam. I don't like that that's yellow. Maybe that should be a different color, because it kind of gets in your way. It should be green, I think. Anyway, I'll keep moving on. I'll mess with that in a little bit. But yeah. Well, it's not that short of a time. Like it took me a couple weeks, and I need to double it again, really, because yeah, this level is complicated. This is definitely not the ideal way of doing that level. But, you know. It's I like after I finish the level once, I optimize it so I know like the goal time. But I definitely don't remember the fastest way to do that. That's up to the speedrunners now, right? Not my problem. There we go. Nope, missed. Gotta do the cool way, or it doesn't count. Boss fight 1. So yeah, I still need to make those 2. There we go. Pitfall. Yeah, I like this one. There was one level where I was just like, I really need to I need to work on a little bit more, but that one works well. This one needs, yeah, I even left a note. It needs to be longer and more interesting, because right now it's very, very plain, and it's very, very simple, and it's not very symmetrical, and it's not very aesthetically pleasing, which sounds dumb, but I want all the levels to be like interesting in some way, and not just be like, here's a bunch of challenges, good luck. The floor is lava. I forgot how to beat this one. Let's try again. Oops. Okay, so you can make that jump. I think there was a collectible there at one point. Special delivery. I slowed this box down a little bit because jumping is kind of weird, because it's like the box is moving. And the player's moving. I have to add some text for this one to thank Zelgrith for the idea for this level, because it's a cool one. And this little part, that part right there, is actually pretty difficult. And yes, this is an auto-scroller to some degree, but it's not an auto-scroller with a lot of downtime. So I feel like it's pretty good. Introducing. So we got turrets now, and there's a glare on my screen, so I can't exactly see where the bullets are, which makes things a little bit more difficult. That's kind of the problem with streaming during the day. I have that giant window behind me, and I can't always see what's going on. So this right here teaches you that those platforms, you can't jump across that, can you? Oh yeah, you totally can't. Okay. Yeah, and I want to try to keep the oh, that's really hard. I want to try to keep the designs interesting and like novel. There we go. Yeah, you can't go that way. You kind of can go that way. Well. And then this one is traditional platforming. Oops. Kind of traditional platforming. There we go. Ah. Yeah, I know you can get that one. Yeah, these get kind of hard, and that's, you know, obviously that's what I want. I want the levels to get more difficult. So now I just have to kind of go through and play them all to make sure that I, like a normal person like me, can actually beat them. Somebody who hasn't played this game in a while. Ah! Jump. And jump. And jump. Yeah, it's tough to be patient, and that's one of the things that I've said this a million times with these games. It's like the biggest enemy that you have is yourself, and being patient to overcome these obstacles. So yeah, I'm being impatient, and it's killing me over and over. There we go. Oh my God, Ben. Take 2 seconds to think about what you're doing. There we go. Nope. Yeah, I like this level a lot. This was one that I thought of. There we go. It's all about timing, and then jump. Oh, don't jump that high. And yes, you can beat this in 9.5 seconds. And that's why I like having that timer, because people like me, like right now, I'm struggling on this. And then people are like, "Oh, you can beat this in 9 seconds? That's impossible." And then you just gotta believe in yourself, man. There we go. I'm not skipping anything. If this takes me all day. I'm turning to Bill Cosby there for a second. All day. Okay. There we go. I did it. Mrs. Dumbfire. Another Zelgrith level name. Okay. We got this. And that little section in the middle there has had a collectible. But it doesn't now. So I'm not even going to bother. Yeah, exactly, Inked. And that's one of the reasons why I like this, because it's accessible to the point where like the first levels are super easy, and then the rest of it's really hard. So you could watch a speedrunner do it, and you'd be like, "Oh, that looks so easy. I can do that. This game looks neat." And then you try it, and it's like, "Oh no, this game's really hard." But now I'm hooked. I gotta give Ben all my money. So probably not that last part. Oops. Yeah, and I really want this level to, or this game to be accessible enough to where, oh geez, it's fun to watch from a speedrunning perspective, but it's also how do you do this? I think it's just like, yeah, just like that. There we go. Down we go. And this one's hard too. This is actually a really hard level. Up, there we go. And then we got this little guy right at the end to screw you over. And then we have level 39, which doesn't exist yet, which is probably what we're going to make today. And then we go on to introduce the beams. I'll try to do the fun route. I'll try to do the fun route a couple times. It's not going to work, though, because it's been too long. Yeah. And then I think that's the end of the levels that I have. Aside from some of the other ones that I kind of categorized farther along in the game. Yeah, so it kind of crashes there because there's nothing to load. So what I want to do today is I want to make at least 1 or 2 levels. Ideally, let's see, 38, 39, yeah. So I want to make another level that, excuse me, that features... shooting things, moving platforms. Oh, thanks Inked. Those beams were a lot of fun to make. They're actually procedurally generated, or programmatically generated, whatever you want to call it. It's actually changing the mesh around every frame. Yeah, so it jiggles the mesh around, and then. Yes, you're absolutely right. They kill you if you're not facing the right way. And then it's really all just particle effects. We have a particle effect at the beginning shooting up. We have particles in the middle to like determine which direction the beam is shooting in, because if you're like going the wrong direction, then it kills you. And then we have, you know, like a big blast at the end. The jiggle was a lot of fun to make. You can affect that, I think. Beam tile, wave beam. Yeah, here we go. So we can change the detail of the mesh. We can change the amplitude, which honestly, like, it looks super cool down here. Like, maximize. No. This is something that I coded a long time ago. The frequency, so you can have a really low frequency. Maybe that's being affected by something else in the code. And the wave speed. There we go. And then the mesh noise, you can give it as much jiggle as you want. And honestly, I mean, that looks really cool. Let me, like, zoom this in. That looks cool like that, too. There's a lot of neat stuff that you can do. Let me make sure that that didn't actually save. Okay. Yeah, so there's a lot of cool things that happen with that. That was fun to make, and that's something that you can, like, reuse in tons of different projects. So it's nice to have something like that available, so you can just kind of drop it in. So when we go to level 39 here, we don't have anything. So I'm thinking about... Yeah, I don't think I'll make a wiggle beam for this one, just because everything's pretty locked into a grid just because of how the levels are designed. But definitely, like, games that I make in the future will have a wiggle beam or something similar. And yeah, the actual code for that is fairly straightforward. It's just rebuilding the mesh every... Nope, this is all 2D. It's rebuilding the mesh every frame. I'm going to show you the script. It's really short, see? So, no, this is the wrong thing. There we go. So, yeah, this is the script for that. Audio controller. I don't know why I have an audio controller in here, but whatever. Object collider. So I think that's just for the mesh. And then load enemy sprite. This is the wrong thing too. Why? There we go. That makes more sense. So if it's active, immunity. Oh, for fuck's sake, click on it. Thank you. I'm a dumbass. I'm sorry. So yeah, it's just a fixed update, and it just builds this mesh out every time, and then it factors in the noise, it factors in the amplitude and offset and width. And all this stuff, and that's pretty much it. And then you just create the triangles, you make the vertices, triangles, normals, all that stuff, and you're good. I can't remember exactly. There was like a Twitter tutorial that I can't remember where it was, but there was a Twitter tutorial that I saw on it a while ago where I kind of got the general idea from this, but they were talking about like a water, like a wave in a water, or like lava or something, and I just kind of expanded on that so it could be a beam. But you could totally make it a water thing just by having it super wide and then just putting it on the side and have the amplitude and frequency really low. So it's definitely malleable in that regard. Okay, so I need to figure out a level design here, and unfortunately, I don't have many ideas right now, but this is kind of like the culmination of turrets and moving platforms. So I'm thinking about having like a vertical level where you have to climb up while dodging fire. Because I like vertical levels in platformers. Well, I don't like them, but I do like them. Because they're challenging, but they're usually fairly fair overall. Sometimes. I have it a little bit more narrow. So how's your guys' Saturday going? It's been pretty busy for me. I dropped my wife off at her art show, and then I ran home to do this for a little bit, and then I'm actually picking her up in about 3 hours. She sent me a text a while ago. Gotta keep on top of that in case she forgot something. I might have to run out. She's saying she's selling a lot of buttons. We have a button maker, which is a lot of fun. Because we make buttons like this, which is my favorite button ever. There we go. Wash your butt. And other stuff. And like we do commissions once in a while if like a friend wants stuff. But yeah. So how wide is this? I think this is going to be good. I can make that wider. I want to give the player some breathing room and space to navigate. So this should be good. I'm going to change the background size. Are we good now? There we go. Okay, and we want to make sure that the player can't just climb up the walls. So we're going to create some black blocks along the bottom and top. One thing I like to do that I've seen that works really well is create like a platform that the player can stand on that's fairly wide. So if they mess up, they can still land on that, but also still have black blocks along the side, because if they mess up and they're too far over, then they die. I found that actually works really well at like raising tension in something, because it gives the idea, or it gives the thought that if they screw up, they'll die, but really most of the time they won't if they're in the center. So I think that works really well. So I'll duplicate this. I'll bring it up. And there we go. So what kind of crazy stuff can I do in this now? Close this down. It's the problem having like Twitter open on the other screen. It's like, oh, what's going on in the Twitters? No, I'm streaming. I can't just look away. And that's one of the main reasons why I stream, or I try to stream, just because it's so easy to get distracted. And then yeah, I try not to get distracted, but it's so easy. So I'm actually going to move that like that, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is all symmetrical now. That's what I was looking for. And then I'm going to duplicate this and bring it all the way up to the top, and I'll make this like a 3x3, 2x2. There. There's your exit. Now you just got to get up there. Okay. The climb. So what I'm thinking is a lot of these 2x2 blocks, and some of them I'll just start like this. Some of them will be a specific color. Yeah, it's too tall. But some of them will be a specific color, and some of them will be harder to reach than others. But in this way, I'll be able to create a bunch of platforms that move left and right and up and down. And then, well, I guess I should set the camera lock to the correct position as well. Walls. There we go. Why did it expand all these? Okay, game controller, camera lock. Much better. So difficult. I did it. I actually need to run to the bathroom for a moment, so I am going to put in a little be right back screen, and I will be right back. I'm back. I also grabbed a sugar cookie. Okay. So. Let's get back to work. So with this, I'm thinking about what I want to do is have turrets kind of aligned on the left and right side of the screen or of the level. And you have to climb up while avoiding them. But since you're going to have to be stuck on some of these platforms while they move, it's going to be a little bit of work. Yeah, sugar cookies for life. I am using OBS or OBS Studio. The waiting image is something that I recorded a little while ago or a couple months ago. I'm going to go back to that real quick. So this is actually at the end of a pier. I just took, I think it was just my cell phone, and I just put it on a tripod and I recorded this. Maybe it was my GoPro. But yeah, I recorded that, and then if you look really closely, there is an actual seam in here where it loops. It should be coming up really shortly, I think, because it's only like a 30 or 45 second long loop. Where is it? There it is. So it was right there. So there is, I mean, it does loop, but it works really well for if I just need to step away, like I just needed to run to the bathroom for a couple minutes and I wanted to grab a sugar cookie. So, so yeah, I really love video editing, and that's something that I want to get better at. So doing stuff like that is a lot of fun. And since I recently got a nicer camera, I'm hopefully going to be able to do a lot more video editing in the future. I just need to invest in a software editing suite that isn't garbage. So I just need to buckle down and buy Premiere. Okay, so initially this is just going to be moving left and right. So I'm going to start it over here. Yeah, and I mean there is a bit of a fade there, so the seam isn't really obvious. And since the video is more like a minute long, it's also not something that's easily caught. So I mean that's obviously why I did it. So I want everything moving on the same cycle, so I'm going to set the time to move to 2, and that's really an arbitrary number. I need to think of a more scientific way of doing that. But, so we've got this going, so that's a start. Excuse me. I don't want to add colored blocks until higher up, so I want to give the player at least a little bit of an easy start. And I'm thinking that this one should move at 4. So time to move is 4, is moving, -7. So what this will do yeah, it's not exact. Oh, it is exact. It's just the distances are different. I need to figure out a better way of doing this. Whatever. It's a start. And like I've said a billion times, this is also like my first game, so I know it's not going to be perfect. But that's okay. Bam! Instant perfection, huh? Okay, so this is gonna be 2. we go. Cats. I like that that can, like, kill you. Okay, so then I want the player to climb up this way and then cross over to the other side and climb up that way and then get to the end. So it's getting there. And then after I finish this bit, I will work on the... Cody, I try to. Right now, I really only stream on Saturdays and Wednesdays, but hopefully starting next year, I'll have a better schedule, because I want to do a lot more production stuff, both video and music and stuff. On Wednesdays, I do what is called a 2-hour track challenge, which is where I write a song from start to finish over the course of 2 hours. And it's a lot of fun, and it's very hard. But it's a lot of fun. But it's very hard. And then after that, I mostly just work on this is what I call the Ben Gets Stuff Done stream, because I really just sit down and try to finish projects that are on my docket that I need to finish. And really, I have a lot of stuff that I need to do, and it kind of sucks sometimes, but that's kind of the nature of work. So yeah, I definitely try to do a lot of things. And I try to keep as open a schedule as possible for a lot of it, because I feel like it's very important to be able to switch up what you do from time to time. And then, yep. Oh. I don't know. Can you get that in like one cycle? You can go. Nope. There we go. So you can make it up that way. Then you have to make it across. I'm actually going to make this a little taller. I know some of the later levels, I want them to be kind of gauntlet-ish, where they are very, very long. But I don't want to make like super hard levels. Even like this is almost halfway through the game. I still don't want to make them too hard. So it's getting there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding turrets, and the turrets will exponentially increase the difficulty of this level. Okay, so if green is facing down, that means the next color to face down is red, so I want red to be the next color over here. And I'm going to try to keep all of these as 2x2 blocks, just because I think that that's kind of fun. And this moves 7 at 4, so this is going to move -14 at 4. I'm just trying to think of what I want to do here. You might have like a little bit of a wall climb section here, so you get over to this side, and then you have to climb up this wall and then jump across again. That might be kind of neat. And then you can do that, you can mirror that over here as well. No, I hit duplicate. There we go. Kitty, stop fighting. We put out a little cat bed for them, and well, I guess you can kind of see it, that red thing down there, and now they're fighting over it. Whoop. Let's try that again. That was odd. That's the problem with moving platforms that are colored. They're not perfect. So that's going to be moving left and right. Yeah, so there's definitely some problems with this system, just like the overarching system that I made for this. Like, moving platforms that are colored are kind of wobbly sometimes. They're hard to get on. So I might try to make this a little bit more accessible by going like that. Maybe. And then duplicate this. Have like a little springboard here so you can get yourself up. And then this will move left and right. Oops. For 12. Speed of 4. Oops. And then just another vertical piece, I guess. And that should be good. I have a feeling that a lot of this is just gonna... Oh, see, it's getting all fucky. Because I can't get on it that way. I have to go. Whoa, okay. Good job, Ben. Yeah, I think I might need to revisit my code for how to handle... Oh, the background goes away up here too. That's cool. How I handle moving platforms. I think that there's some things wrong in the code that are kind of messing things up a little bit. And worst case scenario, I just don't use colored platforms for this, and that's entirely possible too. I think that this will be difficult enough as it stands, and how about I do that? So I'm gonna move this here. I'm gonna move this here. And I mean, that's kind of one of the things that kind of bothers me about this, where I have to work around the system just because the system's a little busted. But I also don't know if there's an easy way of making, well, not even easy, if there is a way of making some of the things I want to do. Kitties, stop it. Just because there's a lot of variables to move around, and not all of them move in the same way. So I'm going to change this one to a gray one as well. So that's 7, 4, 9, 10. Duplicate. 9, 10, and 7, 4. Whoa. 7, 0, 4. There we go. Nope. 0, 7. There we go. I got there eventually. So yeah, moving platforms. Cody, that is not something that I programmed, but that's not a bad idea. I considered doing some of that Mega Man stuff because that's super hardcore, like old school Mega Man. And that's something that I might want to do at some point. But I feel that even at this rate, God, it's hard enough getting up. Yeah, colored blocks is the main twist. That's entirely true. But some of the interactions with moving platforms and the player and the colored blocks, because what happens is to make the color blocks to be able to move through them, I actually have to remove the collider. And if I remove the collider on a moving block, that causes a lot of weird issues on just the order of operations of how the block's movement is calculated versus when the player's movement is calculated, and all of that is actually done in a specific order, and it's not always done in a way that I want. And if I reorganize the order in which the color block or the blocks are calculated, then I mess up a lot of other stuff. So it's kind of a compromise, but I also feel like this level is going to be difficult because of the turrets. I wanted in this level mostly to showcase moving platforms and turrets, and if there are no blocks, that's okay. Or how about this? Let's move that over to the side there, and we can put in a blue wall here to work as like an exit platform. Oh, come on. I'll just make it 2x2. Or 2x21. That works too. Okay, so. Is that tall enough? Oh, that needs to get moved. This needs to get. And you saw a weird little movement there. I don't know if you caught it, but like the player got shoved over to a side, and that's not okay. Oh yeah, the background. Ah, yeah. So having that one colored block there at the end is actually kind of a nice FU to to some of this stuff, because you know I like making levels challenging. Okay, so now I can go in here, get some dumb turrets, and make this level incredibly difficult. So we'll fire to the right, fire interval. Let's say the fire interval is 1.5 for these, because they will definitely be challenging. And then fire delayed, like 3 seconds. There's no point in them firing. Let's say 2 seconds or 2.25 seconds, just so it's offset. And you don't have to have a lot of them. What's going on, kitty? Okay, and then we got those, and we'll do some on the other side. I'm going to actually bring this up a little bit. More for aesthetic reasons. There we go. And then fire left. These will also fire at 1.5. This is going to be like 6.5. So copy, duplicate, I mean. Yeah. So all of the turrets are offset by firing. So let's see how impossible this is now. And granted, the blocks do get in the way of some of these shots, which is fine. Although that one's like stupid. This one's always going to get blocked. Try that. I also don't like that those two blocks intersect. I'm going to fix that. So this one can move to here. So 7. That should fix that problem. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I'm going to get the controller out, and then I think we can start doing some testing. You have an unhealthy obsession with Phi, it seems. I'm keeping them on quarter seconds because it's easier to arrange things a little bit better. Okay, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna make this fire every 2 seconds. Give it a little bit more time. That last jump is needlessly difficult, it seems. And then it's just trying to figure out the best route, which is not into the bullets, I found. Ah. So this is kind of the, I don't know if it's tedious, but trying to figure out the best route, and then I can set the gold time. And if I set the gold time, nope, that's not going to work. Nice death. But, you know, this is where we get to listen to music and hang out and, you know, chat about cool stuff for cool people. Yeah, the turrets definitely raise the difficulty by quite a bit just because suddenly you have to worry about so many other moving objects and that causes some problems. Ah, shit. Okay, so that was 22 seconds. I think I can do better than 22 seconds. And there was definitely a lot more rotations that I needed. Dang. I'm trying to think of the best routes for some of this stuff. I think I can make that jump. There we go. Nope. I don't know why that's not triggering. Fuck it. There we go. Like, I want to cater to the speedrunners, of course, but I also want to make sure that it's completable by, or the gold medal is completable by humans. So, I should stop trying to min-max every jump. Ah! I don't know why I tried to duck. There is no jump, or there's no duck button, Ben. I can't make that jump, can I? No. There is a platinum time for some levels. Usually the platinum time revolves around breaking the levels somehow by taking advantage of various mechanics. So there might be a platinum time for this one, but really I don't know where it would arise. Oh, that timing is rough because it shoots the bullet right into the platform. Right where you're standing. So I think if you're standing here, you're safe, yeah. But yeah, the platinum times are definitely a thing, but probably not for this level. And I'll get it eventually, I promise. There we go. That's kind of what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do, though. I want to try to get that cycle. Oh, I did not expect to land on the top there. You might be able to get that cycle, but it doesn't seem possible. Ah. So that was 18.7. I am thinking that you can probably do this in 16 seconds. Oh, that was a really good one. Yeah, this is definitely a level for a controller, though. Crap. Moving platforms sometimes don't trigger the jump cooldown, which I need to look into, it seems. Yeah, I think that this can be done in 16. But I want to make sure. Like, I don't want to just be like, yeah, I'm sure it can, because that's bad design for a lot of different reasons, not just because of laziness. There are some very tricky jumps here, which is good. I like tricky jumps. That's not going to work. I'm wondering if I need to change some of these around. Timing. Sorry if this is a little boring, but, you know, it's part of game development. Unit testing, or play testing, I guess, is a better thing. It's not really unit testing. Okay, I am going to do one small change. And that's just bring this down a little bit. And I think that should help a lot. See how that works. So all those changes are made to the top. And that's deceptively simple, actually. You just kind of have to wait until that one fires. Oh! Okay, yeah, this is totally doable now. I'm going to say 18 seconds for gold. I think that that's pretty fair. But then you can skip that one shot cycle. You can skip it like that. And if you can skip that too, oh man. Yeah, you can go faster than 18. Don't wuss out, Ben. But it's very difficult, and I don't want to. I'm going to say 18 for now. Maybe more later. And I mean, there's definitely more playtesting that can be done for this. It's not just... The other thing I can... No, that wouldn't work. I'm wondering if maybe I should switch these around. So if this is actually on the other side... like this, and then this is -12. that might be a little bit more conducive to if you're doing this correctly, you'll actually end up with that cycle. Yeah, I like that better. It makes it, yes, it makes it a little bit easier, but it also makes things a little bit flow a little bit better. And really what I want to do is I want to get that feeling of parkour where you don't really stop and wait for anything. You're just always moving. Oh, I should have kept going. And that's really the important part to me, getting that sense of movement. Yeah, that's totally possible. It's just now you have to figure out how to properly navigate it without losing your damn mind. Okay, so yeah, 16 is totally doable. As for rotations, that's going to be a little bit more difficult. That one is perfectly timed to screw up people trying to do this fast. Okay, here we go. Here we go. No! Oh my god, I did not even see that coming. That was hilarious. Or I did see it coming. I was like, is that actually going to fall that far? So 16 seconds. $19.80. And I think I can shave a full rotation off that. So 1980 minus 360 is, what would that be? 16. Yeah, it was 1980, but I accidentally rotated one too many times because you need blue to be facing down. And I think I had it right where blue would have been facing, no, maybe not. I might go with 1980, which I think is, how many rotations is that? 1980 divided by 90. It'd be 10, 20. Why is math so hard? Well, let's see. 1,800 would be 20. So it'd be 22. Oh my god. Yeah, I might go with 22 and then yeah, I'll go with 22 for now. And if somebody finds a better time for that, that's fine too. So 16 seconds, 22 rotations. Cool. Build settings. Okay, I already added it. Level 39, 40, 41. So let's work on a new level. So we have 40, which is the beams. And then 41, which is the Aurora Borealis. One of the classics in this game, it seems. And then I need to I have this CF of a level. This is actually it's a fun level. But it is definitely, there's a lot going on. And I'm screwing it up a lot. There we go. So it's a very simple level. It's just very dense, which is actually the name of it. It's called Density. So I fucked it up. So yeah, there's that. Which is a good level. So now I need to figure out what seems like 3 beam levels, 3 levels that would work well with beams, because I want to better showcase the mechanic, because right now I just have the 2 levels. This one kind of introduces you to it in a very safe environment. This one shows how it interacts with moving platforms and how it kind of works in general. Hi, Selgrith. And then, yeah, I need 3 more levels that kind of showcase how beams work in a very general sense, because that's important to have. Okay. Yeah. So, I guess I should really just like open up Photoshop or something and start drawing, because I don't want these levels to be long. Like I want the really long levels to be in the back half of the game. Like the first half of the game is just teaching all of the mechanics, and then after that, I'm gonna double check, but I think after level 50, I'm not really introducing any new mechanics except for maybe locks, like keys and locks, which are important. There we go. Levels broken into sections. Introduce turrets. Levels get longer. Looks like my Twitch Prime is gone. I was thinking about that, Inked, where you actually have to use the beams to push yourself up vertically. That might be a good introduction to that might be a good introduction to everything. But yeah, after Twitch Prime, yeah, if you have an Amazon Prime membership, Amazon actually owns Twitch, so you get a free subscription to, like, you have a free subscription that you can give to a streamer, I think, via Twitch Prime, and you actually get some various benefits on Twitch too. Yeah, and it's the blue crown by your name. I was wondering what that was. That makes sense. Yeah, so what I need to do, yeah, I think I'm going to make one of those levels where you have to kind of push yourself up. The Hearthstone skin. Yeah, my wife is actually the one that that has the Twitch Prime, or Amazon Prime. I kind of want to just like steal that from her and have me pay for it, just because then I get the Twitch benefits. So this one's going to be called Lift Off. Lift Off. Or Life Off. I guess that works too. Jeez. So yeah, this will be another vertical level. Yeah, maybe someday I can get partnered and then I can get sweet subscription money too. That would be pretty cool. I'm trying to think of the best way of doing this. Oh, that's devious. So I think what I'm going to do is have something that's fairly tall. Hi, Mostly Useful. My Thanksgiving was all right. How was yours? I ate too much. One of the problems that I have with Thanksgiving, in general, is the fact that I have to go to 2 of them on the same day. I have my my in-laws and my regular family. No, I have both that I do on the same day. Somewhat useful. Hey, kinda useful. Yeah, Zelgrith. And I actually contacted them a while ago. It's like, you know what? I do a lot of unique things on Twitch. And like, not like, some people do music and some people, like a lot of people, do game development and stuff, but I don't think anybody really does the wide variety of things that I do, both like video editing to music to like game editing to just creative talks and all this other stuff. Like there's so much stuff that I like to do. Yeah, it's one of those things where I think that I would be a good fit for partnering on Twitch, but that is up to them to decide. So until that happens, here I am. And that's not really a problem either, to be honest. I don't mind it. I recently watched, well, recently as in yesterday, I watched the movies with Mikey, the new one talking about Serenity, the movie, and Firefly in general. And now I have that whole show on my mind again. Because it was a very good show. Well, that's good to hear. Mostly useful. I wish I could say the same. I actually didn't do that badly. Yeah, I do have a regular schedule, and I do have. I'm very happy to say that I have regulars in this stream. Like it makes me very happy to say like, oh, I have people who show up every time. Like that's not something that happens often. And or at least to creative streamers. And I know that there are like musician streamers out there that have baguette. There are musician streamers out there that actually get a huge following, like have 30 plus followers or 40 or even more whenever they stream, and they are partnered. But that just takes time. So I can wait as long as they can. And honestly, like, you know, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Yeah, job for Cody. Yeah, Cody, I will be here almost every Saturday. Like some Saturdays I do take off, but I do notify people on Twitter as well beforehand as possible. But every Saturday I stream. Every Wednesday I stream. And yeah, like I'm gonna keep on keeping on forever. So yellow to green. So this first thing here is not going to be dangerous. And I mean, for those who are new, I should mention that I do a lot of music stuff, and all the music that you're hearing in the background is music that I have made in the past. So I also try to be very, very open when it comes to helping other streamers out as well. All of my music is available to use in your streams. So if you like the music that you hear here, I have a Spotify playlist that contains all of this music that you can use on your streams. And I'm more than happy to share that link if anybody's interested. So yeah, like I want to help people out. I want people to get better and like improve and just, you know, be their own boss. If that makes any sense. So I'm going to have this here. But yeah, I mean, and I've talked about this a lot in the past where I want people to succeed. I always want people to get better at what they do and be like happy with what they do and just succeed at it. And it can be so hard, especially in like this creative climate where there's so many people doing all of this stuff. It's very easy to get discouraged and like just not do anything. So we have green, so I'm going to actually have this be blue. But I want people to be successful, and I want people to be happy, and making things makes people happy, or at least, you know, creative people, that's what makes them happy. So yeah, it's weird, like making things, it's so easy to feel like you have like all this competition, all these people like competing for like viewership and stuff, and really it doesn't work like that. Like, oh, that's smart. First of all, I need to unlock the y-axis here. There we go. And then we go, wee, yeah. Oops. Oh, jeez, that animation. I might need to fix that. Nice. So this is one of those levels that's going to be really fun to speedrun because you're just like... And then there's going to be a little bit more complex stuff over here, maybe. Yeah, I'm looking forward to when I have all of the mechanics available to me, which is going to be pretty soon, actually, because then I can kind of start going nuts with asshole level design, which I'm looking forward to. This is actually going to be like level 50, 51. Sorry, I'm getting distracted here real quick. I'm just thinking about how I want to structure these levels. I'm very ADD today, and I apologize for that. Yeah, this is a good... I'm trying to find a good example of how to introduce keys and locks. Yeah, so these are all like pretty good levels for that. Actually, this introduces homing turrets as well. This should be like 65. And this should be like 63. Yeah, keys. Okay. Sorry about that. Sorry about the diversion. I'm getting like... I'm thinking ahead, and I'm trying to figure out how I want the levels to flow at high levels. And really, like 50 to 74, like this pack right here is going to have all the mechanics, but the levels are still going to be short. And when I get to 75 to 100, that's when I'm going to start making the levels really long. Like I start taking pieces from old levels and I start bolting them on together with other things, and just like making the levels longer. Because when the levels are longer, I think that if two lasers are pointed at each other, it kind of breaks the game, unfortunately. So if I do that, let's find out. Green would be on the other side, shooting up. Oh, it kind of works. It doesn't kill the player, which I thought it would. But I guess it just cancels out the force, so the player just falls via gravity. If I had an intersect like this, this would have to be red to the right. If I had an intersect like this, that breaks it. But I don't plan on having a lot of intersecting beams like that. Like, I think that it's a cool idea, but yeah, and like I mentioned, like I kind of bootstrapped a lot of this together. There are definitely places where I feel like I could have made the code better, but I'm using the excuse that since this is my first game, and it's not a very good excuse, but it's the excuse that I'm using. This is like my first game. Like, I'm still kind of learning how it all works, and I'm doing my best, and you know, not everybody. 3x3. No, I want 2x2. There we go. It's like, I'm trying to think of the right way to explain it. Red up. So what I want with this one is I want the player to go, nope, up and around. Except I want this to be black. yeah, so it's like, this is my first game and I want to make other games. Like, I don't want this to be the only game I make. And if I try to make everything perfect, it will be the only game I make, and that will make me sad because there's a lot of things that I want to make, and they're not just limited to games for one, but they're not just limited to this game. This is the first of many games that I want to make. So you come off like this, you're down here, and then you're just like, whoop. That's kind of a dick move. I like it. But I have to, make it so the player can't just jump up this side, because that's not cool. Which I guess is an easy fix. You just go like this. Well, good luck now. Okay. So what's the next step here? We got up, up, pushed down, and then we go up and we have to loop around. Maybe we have to go up again and loop around even more. Like, this is just introducing various concepts that can be used later on. I thought I got an email. Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's and I've said this before, and I can't remember exactly what I said, but oh geez, I really liked it though. Perfection is a mirage. It's something that you should like work towards, but not something that you should ever like hope to achieve. Like it's something that should be on your mind, but not something that you actually try to actually get to, because it's not possible. I'm gonna actually have to move that up more so the player gets more velocity. And this is a fair move too, because when the player is moving down, they can see that black block if they were observant. Perfection is a curse. Yes. That's actually really tough. Let's try again. Let's try it with jump velocity. Whoa, yeah, okay. So that's how you do it. Jump velocity. So there's going to be like one more obstacle right here, I think. And one neat thing that I might want to do, yeah, let's see if that actually works. So I'm going to create a big ol' black wall here so the player can't move up it. Like that. And then just to introduce the concept of sideways lasers, I'll put one up here. And let's have it green and shooting to the right. Beam direction to the right. Why is that not working? To answer your question, Cody, which is a very good question. Sometimes I have level designs written down like on paper throughout the week. Lately, I've been trying to like get like 10 level designs that I have like on paper, and then when Saturday comes around, I sit down and I just try to bam them all out. When I sat down today, I really didn't have many ideas. Overall, I want about 120 levels, maybe 110 levels to this game. And I'm currently on level 42, so I still have a ways to go. But I've been working on, like, the first 50 or so levels, like I've been saying, have been very, very difficult because I'm trying to teach all the mechanics without having, like, a tutorial pop-up being like, Mega Man, Mega Man! Yeah. Okay, so there's something going on with this, with the script for the right and left facing beams. So let's actually move this out into the open and see if it's yeah, there's something going wrong here. Let's see what happens if I try shooting it left. Okay, I think what I have happening here is the origination is flipped wrong. So beam controller, transform, start position. Let's try -5-1. See, this is the problem because let me look at this again. Because I'm rotating stuff, it's well, let's see, up and down. Sorry for the quiet. Well, if you don't know what you're doing, make the number really big. That'll usually make it obvious. Okay, so we're gonna shoot to the right. See what happens when we do this. Okay, so it is starting in the right spot. Maybe it's just not going out far enough? So let's go to 1.51 and see what happens then. Okay, it's getting closer. Let's go to 1.7 or 0.7. 7. So what's happening is the beam, the raycast, is bumping into something. Okay, so 0.7 bumps into it. So 0.75. Interesting. Okay, so what is around this that might be... So this is 0.71. If I move it to here, that's 0.5. So 0.51 should be outside of this block. But for some reason, it's not. But if I go 0.52 maybe, or 0.57? Nope, it's still hitting something. Okay, well, let's look at this. The collider is offset? Nope. What is that collider then? Colorblind texture, wave beam. Yeah, I mean, there's a mesh collider here, but I don't think that actually does anything. What if I turn that off and then bring this to 0.51? Nope. Okay, so that's not it. Well, this is an interesting issue. Because it works fine with vertical beams. You can see right here that it's working fine there. For some reason with horizontal beams, let's actually just try to see if this... Okay, it does push the player. So that part of it works. For some reason, I don't think that there's any, like, collision in 3D for this. No, there wouldn't be. God, that's a mess. Okay, yeah, I mean, there's a mesh collider there, but that collider doesn't do anything. I could probably just get rid of it. Particle source. That's just a particle system. That's a particle system. That's a particle system. That is the tile. That's the sprite. And that's the colorblind texture, which doesn't matter in this case. Beam tile. How far is this going? Okay, so it's not actually hitting the end either. So the raycast is not starting in the correct place. That's my guess anyway. So beam start position. Where is the raycast? I'm also going to make this a little easier on myself for testing purposes here. Let's move this down to here, so when I modify something, I can see how it works with both of them, rather than trying to figure out, or trying to fix one and then realizing I broke the other one. So now if I go like this, I'll be able to see both of them right away. And let's just go like this. There. Okay, so we can confirm that the red one, the vertical one, works great. And the other one does not. So why not just get all 4 directions going at the same time here? So I know for sure, for shizzy deezy, that that I'm not effing things up here. Okay. Well, the left one is still totes busted. Okay, so vertical works, horizontal does not. This should be 5-1. That's where the beam starts, but the raycast for some reason is not working. So, where is the raycast? Beam color, color string. Okay, so this actually tells the player that you touched the wrong color and you died. Hit player, hit distance. Okay, raycast from beam visual transform.position plus vector 2. So why? Okay, so what's happening here is I'm actually doing 2 raycasts. So when this actually goes, it does a raycast at the top and the bottom. So you see if I get just at the edge here, it's doing a raycast on the left and right side of each of this beam. So I don't have to be directly in the center of the beam. I can be off to the side and it still works. It still clips because I don't have to be right in the middle. So that's why there's that plus and minus 2. And then beam visual.transform.position is just the center of that. But I don't know. I'm not sure if it's like hitting itself, which it seems like it must be hitting itself. I'm not sure why. Okay. Because it's rotated. If it's rotated, the beam visual... Yeah, beam rotation. So this is rotated, so this is the sprite. In that case, why don't all of them occlude with it? Like, why don't all of them get recast direction? Particle systems. I shoulder's really sore. I'm really getting sick of this chair. I actually ordered a new chair, so hopefully that'll be here in a week or so. Then I can get back to sitting like a normal person. I'm sitting on this chair that's probably from the 60s. It's probably comfortable when you're not sitting at a desk like this all day. Unfortunately, I am sitting at a desk like this all day. What is going on here? Beam visual dot transform dot position. Shouldn't that be beam start dot transform dot position? But then the rotation wouldn't. We'll figure this out together. I'm just confused as why it would work for vertical and not horizontal. And this is a good thing to figure out eventually. So beam visual is instantiating the beam object at transform.position.beam start position. Okay, so we are moving it over. Beam visual is the beam object. Beam object is wave beam, which is this guy. So this is the beam visual. This is the actual mesh that's being generated. And that's starting there. Now, why is that still somehow inside the collider? Because if I move it out... Well, I didn't move it out far enough. If I move it out far enough... Oops. This is probably a very easy solution. Beam visual.transform.position. So let's look at these beam visuals. Okay, so this guy right here. That was weird. One of the springs. This mic stand has like springs on it, and I'm afraid that they're just gonna like pop off and take somebody's eye out. Specifically my eye. Mostly useful. I think that the rotation is getting applied because otherwise the vertical and the vertical ones up and down wouldn't both work. Like only the vertical ones would work. I'm trying to think of a way that I can test that. Beam particle end, wave beam. Yeah, there's rotation on the wave beam, which is the same rotation. Wait, shouldn't this be negative? No. It's a good point, and I think there's some kind of rotation issue going on somewhere, and that's the problem with these like nested game objects. Because it is inheriting the rotation. Up is 90, right is 0. Sun's so bright. I need to figure out a better studio setup, or yeah, just setup in general. Oh, right. That needs to be a vector. That's something I need to fix too. Minus new vector 3. Isn't that a vector 3? That's a game object. Whatever. There's like a little gap between the beam as well, and I want to fix that too. That's on my to-do list right here. And I'm just, for some reason, I figured now would be the best time to do that, which it is not. So whatever, I'll turn that or revert that change for now. Oh my god, my brain. Excuse me. I know I've had this working in the past because I wouldn't have created all this stuff and not tested it and made sure that it worked without, fixing it or figuring it out. So something changed at some point to break it. The other thing I can do is I can turn off all of these beams. So beam, 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 not 2. Leave 2 on. Beam tile. Turn all of them off. And then I can start doing some debug. And debug logging is not exactly the fun that I wanted to do today, but that's how it goes. So yeah, it's hitting something. So hit one dot transform dot name. What's it hitting? Oops. Beam tile 2. It is hitting itself. Well, that confirmed that. So debug dot draw line hit 1. Oh wait. Draw line is vector 3 dot start, so it'll be this dot raycast. Oh, I can't do a. Let's see, what's raycast direction? Stop hitting yourself. Oh, don't worry about it. I'm just kind of trying to figure it out. So let's see, vector 3 dot end would be. Well, let's just put this at 0, 0 because it doesn't really fucking matter. Or just vector 3 dot 0. Color red. This will at least give a start point for that. Yeah. Okay. Nope, you're right. So what's happening is, and I'm just to better, yeah, it's not taking the rotation into account. So what's happening? That's going to break it, yeah. So it's still pulling it vertically here, and it should be rotated to pull it horizontally. Or pulling it horizontally, and it should be rotating to pull vertically. So, So yeah, I mean, it's an easy fix. I just need to figure out the best way of doing it. Because all this needs to happen is if this is... I mean, I could do a really shitty way of doing it and being like, if this is not optimized. If beam direction dot toString equals right, then new vector 3 0 negative 0.2 float 0. Otherwise, do that. And then just do the same thing here with positive numbers. And there's a lot of reasons why this is wrong. But this should also fix it. Yep. Okay, so there's a lot of reasons why that's wrong. The primary one is that you don't want to be converting a string every frame. So that's something that should be taken care of when the object is instantiated, which isn't a problem. Like, I can totally do that. It's just two more variables I need to, or just really one more variable. I'm trying to clean my glasses. My glasses have like a smudge on them that I can't get out, and I'm wondering if it's like the film over the glasses like starting to peel away or something, because it's not scratched. It's also on the inside, I think. Okay, so what I need to do here is I'll so that's like raycast offset, yeah. So vector 3 raycast offset. For up, raycast offset is offset equals new vector 3 0.200. That needs to be a float. Yeah, I mean that's really all it is. Copy. Down is the same. Right is hey Zodit, how you doing? 0.2 float. Okay, so and then all you do here is you just get rid of all this gobbledygook. And raycast offset, and instead of plus you subtract raycast offset, and in a perfect world it should be fixed. Okay, let's bring all the beam tiles back in. Hallelujah, look at that. Now, there's still that little gap at the beginning that I'm trying to figure out how to do. So this beam start position, and particle start. So this beam visual, making a chatbot, huh? I am doing well as well. I am just trying to figure out a couple weird ass bugs in this. So if I do minus, there's a way to take the values that I already have, that already exist in here. What is 0? That would be this one. Got to put that down there too, just in case. So raycast offset. So this would be minus vector. No. Raycast direction. What? Perfect world. Of course we live in a perfect world. What are you talking about? Raycast direction times 0.01 float. Because I want to... The raycast needs to start outside of the object because it would otherwise run into itself like what we've been having. However, if we then nudge that back... Nope, I broke it. Or rather, I fixed it, which also breaks it. Because we're using this beam visual position to start the raycast, which... Good job, Ben. Chatbot overlay combo. Yeah, that's cool. One thing that I've wanted to do... I'm going to take a very brief aside here. Mission, everyone, regular. True usage chat. I want to find a way to be able to add my Discord link in the channel. Oops, Discord. Because I like having the Discord community. Join the abstraction Discord community by following this link. Okay, so now if I type Discord, it should work. Let's find out. Cool. And then various, I think I set it so regulars can do it too. So, yeah. I figured something out. I need to better learn Ankbot because there's a lot of features in here that I'm not using at all. But that's how it goes. So, yeah, Zodit, and I might do that as well. I just sometimes there are streams where not a lot of people show up, and I don't want the thing spamming it every 5 minutes or whatever the timer is. And I know that you can set like a minimum, a minimum chat lines thing. And I might do that too, but that's a good start. And I don't like spamming my my chat with my bot, but I do like having those commands available. So we'll see how it goes. I haven't messed with it a whole lot yet. Oh, beam controller. Why are you doing me like this? I guess with that raycast offset, since I'm already offsetting it, so maybe I can just get away with doing it like this. Yeah, and in Ankbot, in Ankbot, you can set timers. You can set an interval in minutes. And you can also set a minimum chat lines. So like after 10 chat lines and 15 minutes, then it'll post it again. And that's probably what I'll do eventually. Like, I'm just going to try it like that first. And if that way I can just be like, here, this is the Discord if somebody asks. And then I don't have to worry about it getting spammy because my bot is dumb. My bot is stupid and dumb and stupid. So, whoa, don't want to delete the negative. So 0.01 So in a perfect world, this will actually fix all of my problems. In an imperfect world, nothing will work. Nothing worked. Yeah. 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 Like, oh, like worms. Jeez. I'm going to fix all these and then I'll answer your question. Oops. Don't want to fix that. Yes, Zodit, I also love OBS, and I will show you why. Okay, so it's all working again. This is my OBS. I apologize for the Hall of Mirrors, but that's just what you're going to get. So what happens... Oh, my shoulder really hurts. Is I have all of these scenes over here, and I can just switch to them, and then... I find this very easy to use. I feel like the audio mixer is kind of fucked up, because sometimes it goes past the green, it goes past the red, and it's not clipping, but whatever. But yeah, like I can switch to the Be Right Back scene. I can just go over here, switch it. It does a nice fade. It goes over to this, and it's great. Or I can switch to this one, which is a little bit bigger. It's like, hey, everybody. And I actually have a full face cam one, so I can go into this and talk, and it's great. I also have one for gaming, which I guess would just be black right now, but there would be stuff in here if a game was playing. The title card for the mandatory social interaction show that happens every weekend. And a FamiTracker one, which when FamiTracker is open, it would be like right here or something. And then, you know. But I really like it. I think that it works very well. Sometimes like it doesn't catch the desktop right away, but it gets there. That would be very interesting, Zodit. Like from a calculation standpoint, that would be pretty easy. But how would you handle like an interface? Like, are you gonna like generate an image every time and send that as a whisper, or are you going to have it just more text based? Be like, oh, you missed by. You missed by like 30 meters to the right. So. I'm not sure why that didn't work, but whatever. It's still on my to-do list. All this functions now, so let's get rid of all this stuff that I don't want and go back to the stuff that I do want. Okay, so this is where we were. Let's go back to full screen. Images on screen. Cool. Right, you have to like jump into it. Jump! Okay, so this one, first of all, I want to make sure that you can't just, you can't just make the jump by, you can't just make the jump by not going through that beam. Ooh, that's actually really hard. I don't know if that's a mechanic that's actually going to live. Ah, damn it. Yeah, it doesn't push you enough. That's too bad. But maybe it pushes you far enough to like a platform. Like something like this. Whoops, that was smart. I just want to make sure that the player has to they have to oh my god. Let's fix this up a little bit. Let's make this just a thin line. The player has to use that beam to push themselves across. I want to convey that idea. And in the current situation, it seems like that's still the case. But, oh, jeez. Okay. Yeah, that seems to work pretty well. What I'm trying to do is convey to the player that yes, there are beams that fire horizontally, and yes, they function in the same way that you'd think. So yeah, I think that is actually a pretty solid level. Just need to move this over a little bit more. And, move the player back to the starting position. Okay. Oh, I guess I should bring back the blue one that I deleted because I thought I didn't need it anymore. But I totally need it down. There we go. No, everything is on 90-degree angles for this. Just because I feel like it would be very, very difficult since the player can only interact with objects at a 90-degree angle. It would be very difficult to have stuff at an angle. Okay, so I'm gonna get the controller now. So everything is going to be based on 90-degree angles. Down. Okay. This is actually kind of hard, which is good. Yeah, and there's a lot of things that I want to do, and like if this game blows up and like goes huge, then I can always make Color Jumper 2 or something like that, because I'm not going to plan on selling this game for more than like $7 or $5, maybe 10, depending on how the rest of the levels go. But come on. But yeah, I don't want to had it. Yeah, and I don't want to force something that doesn't work. That's a very good way of putting it. Or something that would take an exorbitant amount of time to actually implement, because I could make it work. Like, it's definitely possible to make this, like, anything work. But, oh my god, that's way too much. Yeah, Zodit, and that's my goal. Like, well, one of my goals is to get interest from the speedrunning community, because the speedrunning community might be like small and tight-knit, but they are crazy, crazy talented. And I've actually had a couple people who are speedrunners look at this game and play it, and they really liked it. Okay, so 720, that was like 9 seconds. 720 is definitely the rotation limit for this one. But I think 9 seconds can be fixed on a little bit. I really like getting just jacked around by the beams. Oops. Okay, so 720 is 8 rotations, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'll say 10 seconds for gold. 10 seconds and 8 rotations. 10 seconds, 8 rotations. Oh, they are. When I released this game, I posted it on Reddit's r/speedrun, and a couple people picked it up and they said they liked it. 2 or 3 people who are not in the chat right now, but Game Guy SD and MeltGirl74, I think, they both played the game quite extensively, and they found a ton of bugs. They found a lot of bugs, and some of them are bugs that I want to keep, and I'll show you one bug that I really, really like that I'm going to keep. I think it's level 4 is the best example for it. Yeah, so you can go like this. Oh, yeah, and then I can't do it. There we go. So you can go like that, and that is exploiting the game in a certain way. Hey, Inked. I get it so consistently until I'm trying to show it off. But you can jump off platforms like that. So that's one cool thing. And I actually do have a speedrun mode in the game. So you can see normally in the upper left-hand corner, it has your timer and your rotation and all that crap. But if you go into speedrun mode, it's just a timer. And then you're playing off of your old score. So I already have a speedrun mode implemented in the game because I want to cater to speedrunners. And I don't want to make the game specifically for speedrunners, but I want to make the game accessible to speedrunners or for players who want to maybe get into speedrunning. I feel like this is a really, really good game to do that. And then, you know, it shows your best time for each level. And above and beyond that, there's a little bit of depth when it comes to the exits, because this exit is grayscale, which means that there's a platinum medal in this level. And that's kind of a hidden feature. So if the exit shows grayscale instead of colored, like this one, you can see up in the top there that the exit has colored particles. That one means that this has a platinum medal on it. And the platinum medal for this one is actually really hard. It's basically breaking the game in a fundamental way to get to the exit. I think I got it that time. Yeah, I got it that time. So yeah, it's the platinum medals are there if you want to get super deep into the game and break it in various ways. I think the Aurora Borealis level, this one has a platinum medal that is bonkers. That is very hard to do because it turns a 10-second level into like a 3-second level. I don't even think I got it there. Yeah, and if you go up on any level except for the first level, it goes into loop mode, meaning that you just play the same level over and over and over. Even if you beat it, okay, I got platinum that time. Even if you beat the level, it just lets you play it over and over, which allows you to quickly unit test a level, practice a level, and just get really good at it. So I'm doing a lot of things to help cater to speedrunners and to players who might just want to try the game in different ways. So I'm really looking forward to like a more public response for this. What I got when I posted the green light was very positive. What I've gotten from people who've played it, they said they really like it and they're excited to see more. And really, I mean, the game is basically done. The only thing I'm missing is the soundtrack, which is something I'm going to work on, and levels. Because even after you beat the game, and you know, this is the boss fight number 2, after you beat the game, I have like you beat the demo, it gives you a bunch of stats. So like I have kind of a finish line kind of screen, so I can take this and I can put like the credits rolling on the right hand side or something like that. Because, you know, it's a thing. But yeah, I'm very, very excited for this. It's kind of coming down to just doing all of the work, all of the hard work for just making levels and just making it all function. Like all of the polish is done, which is fantastic. It's just getting down to the rest of it. And I'm considering adding like controls, like configuring controls, because some people really appreciate that. I have the US and UK. It does a whole, it changes color to color, because that's a funny joke. And I do have a colorblind mode as well for people who are colorblind. This is not a good level to example that, but yeah. So I'll get to a better colorblind level. 40, I think. Yeah. So yeah, you get the colorblind mode, and everything is denoted with those objects, and that works really well too. So like all of the polish is done. It's just all the work of creating 60 or 70 more levels, which, you know, isn't a problem. I love doing it. It's just it just takes time. And credits. Yep. Reset stats, return. Yeah, so it's getting there. Anyway, that's 2 hours and 45 minutes of streaming. I need to leave in an hour and a half. I might actually... I'm debating on whether to call the stream now or try working on something else. I feel like I just need to... That's awesome, Zadet. Yeah, I only added that menu feature because a lot of my friends live in don't live in the United States. I can't say the EU anymore. Live in Britain and the like. And they're always like, "Oh, well, you spelled color wrong here, and you spelled color wrong here." I'm like, "Guys, shut up. I did it right." So yeah, I figured I'd just add that as a joke. Homage to Fifth Element. You mentioned some sci-fi shows a while ago, and I got an idea for a beam level. That's interesting. I haven't seen the Fifth Element in like a million years. That's cool though. Yeah, my problem with the horizontal beams is that they just don't push you very far. And I guess I could increase that. I don't think it would be hard to increase that, but I also don't want to have it push the player crazy distances. Hitting player. Beam velocity. Yeah, so I mean, I could increase this to like... I could quadruple it. And I think that it would make the game unplayable for vertical beams. Woo! But for horizontal, maybe that's not a bad idea if I have if I have a different value. Well, you got me thinking about it now. Case up. Case down. Break. Case right. Case left. Default. So if I go like this, whoa, not 0.4, that would be bad. So if I go like this should definitely give the player a bigger nudge. Parsing error. Did I hit break too many times? Oh, right. No, I like that. Mostly useful. So the player does not get rocketed into space when going vertically, but when going horizontally, yeah, they definitely get pushed more. The problem is there's a lot more movement dampening for left and right. Which isn't a bad thing. I actually think it's clamped for horizontal movement. Let me find it. Right up, right down. Yeah, so the horizontal movement is actually clamped. That's for vertical velocity. Where's horizontal? Velocity.x. Yeah, clamp. Which isn't a problem, really. Like I could smooth it down to a clamp velocity, and that might be something that I do, because right now it's if you're going too fast, it just chops it off. That's interesting. I'll look into that a little bit more. For the time being, though, at least player script.beam velocity. So yeah, this actually applies the velocity after the clamping. So it does push the player farther. So every frame it's pushing the player an extra like 0.1 units or 0.1 units or something like that. Yeah. So what I could do is if it's over that X value, I could have it quickly like lerp back down to the maximum velocity. So that's something I could do. I'll see how much I actually push the player around horizontally, because I really like that idea, but I think that creating control issues would create some control issues. Just because it can't be really a precision jump if the player is getting pushed by a varying amount, depending on how many frames you're inside the beam, which is kind of hard because you generally jump into it vertically. Oh, my shoulder really hurts. I hate this chair. Okay. Sorry, I'm just catching up on stuff. Okay, so we got level 42. So 43 and 44 are also going to be beam levels. Possibly with moving platforms. This one has a moving platform, but it's kind of inconsequential. I really like this idea where you have to like push yourself up and then hook around. I think that that's a really good idea that I want to explore more. Possibly, and that's kind of another dick level, but kind of you have this long gap, and then you have to push yourself up, and this is just a black box, and then there's another beam on top of that, and you have to keep pushing yourself up. Except the beam is a different color, so you have to... can the beams move? You know, I never really thought of that. Maybe they can. I don't know if I like that. I guess I don't see why they wouldn't. We'll see if that breaks everything. I gotta get over there. It's like a present. Okay. Let's not fuck it up, though. Yeah, they can move. Oh, shit. Oh, boy. That is horrible. And awesome. Like, I didn't even think of that. Mostly useful. God damn it. That's awesome. Yeah, so I guess there can be a level where you have to... Oh, and it actually crossed the beams there, and it worked without crashing the game. So that's a nice bonus, too. Well, that's some new level ideas. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, mostly useful. And that's one of the reasons why I like the mechanics that I have, because they relate to each other so well that you can like do stuff like this, and you can have moving platforms, and you can have keys that occlude the beams, and you have all this other stuff. But now that I know that I can do this, that's going to create some interesting levels. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be. I'm gonna take that off this right now though, because I don't want this one to move. But I might make a level where you have to do that. I'm just trying to think of a way to do that that would make the level hard. I mean, because otherwise it's just a control issue. You just have to keep pushing yourself slightly to the right. The other thing you can do, which might be interesting, is similar to what you're saying with the fifth element. I'll whip it up real quick. I don't know if I'll use it in the final game, but I'll whip it up real quick. This would be level. This probably wouldn't even be in this block. Let's just say level 70. Put it way back here. Because this is going to be a kind of a big level. So you would have a large level. And you would have the exit way up on the top here. This level might be a little too large, but you get the idea. I'm just going to kind of throw it together real quick. It's not going to be pretty. And then, actually, it doesn't even need to be that tall. It might be better if it wasn't super tall. Take care, Inked. I really appreciate you swinging by and hanging out for a little bit. And if you miss anything, I'm probably going to stop streaming pretty soon anyway, just because I'm tired and I have kind of a long afternoon/evening. So, you know, that's how it goes. I appreciate you swinging by, though. And you're welcome back anytime. Duplicate. And then duplicate, move this over here for the exit. Okay, so we have, like most levels, we have just a chasm that the player cannot traverse without dying. Or breaking the game, apparently. Start index. What did I break? Oh, it probably needs to get registered into the thing. That should be good now. Nope. What did I break? Parameter name start index. Well, either way, what I was thinking of is having a beam going across the top and going up and down on the sides, and you have to slowly work your way over by balancing on top of this beam. And I really like that idea, but for some reason, parameter name start index. Yeah, shouldn't have crossed the streams. Exactly. That's really pretty, though. It's not how it works, but it's really pretty. What is going on? Cody, you are actually able to play it right now. I have a demo out with 30 levels. Let me get you a link. So yeah, you're welcome to play it now and let me know what you think. All of the mechanics are showcased. There have been a couple changes to the game itself, like visually, but for the most part, everything's functional. Yeah, for some reason, I'm getting this cannot exceed length of string. I'm just going to delete it. F it. It's definitely an idea that I'll look into, though. Don't save. Yeah. Well, for some reason, it only broke that. So whatever. Because this still works just fine. Yeah, feel free to play it, and please let me know if there are any things that you want to, that you find or that you feel like don't work well. I'm going to change my background, that you feel like could be better or just don't feel right. Like I'm always up for feedback. But honestly, I think I'm gonna call it for now. Call the stream. I'm just getting tired, and I have to leave in about an hour to pick up my wife from her show, and I want to make sure that she's doing okay and all that stuff. So, yeah, I am going to call the stream right now. I really, really appreciate all the new people that showed up today. Let me see who showed up today. Cody showed up today, and Rage Tip showed up today for new follows. I really, really appreciate that, and just everybody's participation in the stream. As always, that means a ton to me, and because building that community is really all I'm about. I really wanted to get to this chiptune stuff, but I'm so beat right now, and I'm gonna finish this probably later tonight. So I might pop in later tonight and stream some more, but who knows? Anyway, if you missed part of this stream, if you got in here halfway, this is going to be posted to YouTube on Tuesday. I'm going to export this and get this all set up right now. So yeah, if you are watching this and you are not following me on Twitch, please consider following. And if you are watching this on YouTube and you're not following there, please consider subscribing. All the terms are different on each thing. Click those buttons. Click that thumbs up thing if it's available to you, because that helps get the word out more. And if you want to get in touch with me, feel free to contact me on Twitter. That's Ben_Burns. That's BURNES. That's really all I've got. So, everybody, you have a great rest of the day. I'm going to pop on the ending soon thing. And, yeah. Thanks so much for hanging around today and watching me make a couple levels. That means a lot to me. And, all you guys have a great rest of the day, too.